Welcome, future RNs. Today, we are diving deep into the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. We're going to break this down in the easiest way possible for your nursing exams and NCLEX review. In this comprehensive guide, we will cover the anatomical origins, the specific neurotransmitters involved, how alpha and beta receptors function, and a complete head-to-toe breakdown of organ effects. Plus, we'll master the pharmacology you'll see on the floor. Let's start at the very top. The central nervous system, the CNS, is composed of the brain and spinal cord. It's the master integrator of all sensory data. Then we have the peripheral nervous system, which bridges the CNS to the rest of the world. This network includes every nerve fiber extending from your spine to your fingertips and internal organs. The PNS is split into the somatic system, which you use for voluntary movements like repositioning a patient, and the autonomic system, which manages involuntary life support functions. The autonomic nervous system is constantly adjusting your internal environment, modulating heart rate, vascular resistance, respiratory rate, and metabolic processes without you ever having to think about it. First, let's talk survival. The sympathetic nervous system is your fight or flight response. It's the system that kicks in when a patient's monitor starts alarming or in any high-stress emergency. The sympathetic nervous system is known as the fight or flight system. It activates during stress, fear, emergencies, or danger. Its goal is survival. During a sympathetic surge, your body prioritizes immediate survival. Blood flow is diverted away from the skin and GI tracked toward your heart, brain, and skeletal muscles. Anatomically, remember the term thoracolumbar. The sympathetic fibers originate from the thoracic and upper lumbar segments of the spinal cord. Just think of it as the middle of the spine firing up. Norepinephrine then hits specific receptors. Alpha receptors primarily handle vasoconstriction, while beta receptors focus on the heart and lungs. Let's break those down specifically. Here's your first big NCLEX tip. You have one heart, so beta 1 is for the heart. You have two lungs, so beta 2 is for the lungs. It's that simple. From head to toe, the pupils dilate, that's mydriasis, to let in more light. The heart rate increases, tachycardia, and the force of contraction goes up to boost cardiac output. The lungs experience bronchodilation to maximize oxygen intake. Meanwhile, digestion and peristalsis slow down to a crawl. Survival doesn't need a snack. The liver dumps glucose into the blood for energy. This is glycogenolysis. And the bladder relaxes while the sphincter tightens, preventing urination during the fight. Don't forget the adrenal medulla. It acts as a massive sympathetic ganglion, secreting epinephrine and norepinephrine directly into the blood for a long-lasting systemic effect. Now, let's calm everything down. The parasympathetic nervous system is your rest and digest or feed and breathe system. It's all about conservation and restoration. The PNS has a craniosacral outflow. This means the nerves come from the cranial nerves in the brainstem and the sacral segments at the very bottom of the cord. It's top and bottom. The MVP here is cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve. It's the longest cranial nerve and carries about 75% of all parasympathetic fibers to your internal organs. In the PNS, it's all about acetylcholine. It's the primary neurotransmitter at both the ganglion and the effector organ. Think cholinergic when you think parasympathetic. In rest mode, the pupils constrict, that's meiosis, to protect the retina. Saliva production increases to prime the body for digestion and enzyme release. The heart rate slows down, bradycardia, and blood pressure drops. The lungs return to a baseline, constricted state since you don't need that massive oxygen surge anymore. This is where the digest part happens. GI motility and secretions increase. The bladder detrusor muscle contracts, and the sphincter relaxes so urination can occur. Nursing is all about application. Let's look at the medications that manipulate these systems. You'll see these in every critical care and med-surg rotation. Sympathomimetics act as agonists. They mimic the sympathetic system. Epinephrine is our first-line med for anaphylaxis because it fixes the two biggest killers, airway closure and crashing blood pressure. Then there's albuterol. a selective beta-2 agonist. It's your rescue inhaler. It dilates the bronchioles for asthma or COPD patients, but it can also cause tachycardia and the jitters. Sympatholytics lyse or block the system. Beta blockers like propranolol or metoprolol are massive for hypertension and heart failure. They chill the heart out. Huge NCLEX red flag. Non-selective beta blockers also block beta-2 receptors in the lungs, which can cause bronchoconstriction. Never give these to an asthma patient. On the parasympathetic side, we have cholinergics. Pyridostigmine is used for myasthenia gravis. It stops the breakdown of acetylcholine so muscles can actually fire. Watch for sludge side effects with cholinergics: salivation, lacrimation, urination, defecation, GI upset, and emesis. Basically, everything is leaking. Finally, anticholinergics like atropine block the rest signal. We use this in emergencies for symptomatic bradycardia to get that heart rate back up to a safe level. Remember, can't see, can't spit, can't pee, can't... Well, you know the rest. These meds dry everything out and are a major fall risk for elderly patients. Let's summarize it all. Sympathetic is stress, survival, and norepinephrine. Parasympathetic is peace, digestion, and acetylcholine. One speeds you up, the other winds you down. Mastering this balance is key to understanding how your patients respond to stress and medication. You're building the foundation for your entire nursing career. Quick quiz. If a patient has a heart rate of 120 and dilated pupils, which system is dominant? That's right, it's the sympathetic nervous system. What about the primary neurotransmitter for rest and digest? Correct, it's acetylcholine. Keep practicing these until they're second nature. As your digital sister, I'm here to make sure you succeed. Nursing is a journey, and having the right tools makes all the difference. Even BBG says a clear mind is the best way to study. Take breaks, drink your chai, and don't let the complex topics overwhelm you. If this lesson helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more nursing guides. Share this with your study group. Let's get those RN licenses together. Check out my other videos on cardiac nursing and respiratory pharmacology. Remember, learning nursing can be simple. See you in the next lesson.